Well, good morning everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. I thought I would start the morning off with kind of a tricky little climb here. For bigger bikes anyways, it's not too big of a deal for the smaller ones, but I got some really cool drone footage coming up too, so stick around. Let's get at it. So yeah, when I'm doing stuff like this, you guys, I usually just go down and first and hit her with, use the torque of your motor and kind of just feel the traction with your tire. Avoid those big ruts. It's getting dry on this part too. So you just feel the torque of that rear wheel. Hit jumps as necessary. Some of this rougher stuff, I'll just wheelie over it, like put the front tire in the air and it just makes it a little smoother. But yeah, not much to the steep hill climbs. These bikes got a lot of torque and they're pretty smooth, so especially if you got a decent tire. I always run a knobby in the back, so I don't really have those dual sport type tires. I find that they don't have tall enough lugs to really get you any good traction. So yeah, I thought I'd bomb up to the top of the mountain, check out the snow situation. It's getting pretty dry down lower, but up top it stays pretty wet and snowy for quite a while. You just hop over these big deep ruts like this, so you don't even feel them if you just give it a little blip of the throttle and stay light on your foot pegs, and you just hop right over them. So yeah, I got some other stuff I want to talk to you guys about. A few tips. Not a lot of people talk about riding solo. I kind of did a little research on it on my own, and I didn't find a whole lot of, not that many useful tips. So I'll just give you a few tips of what I like to do, and hopefully maybe you guys can get something from it. You can also drop a bunch of comments below, and maybe we can get a good, good thread column going. This is a gnarly one now. So yeah, like I was saying, I'll splice in a few clips from a few days ago. Few tips about riding solo, and hopefully it'll help some of you guys out. I'm gonna grab a snack and a quick drink and head to the top here. So yeah, like I was saying, you guys, for riding solo, here's just a couple quick things that might help you guys out. I always use my Spot satellite. I always bring that, and it's got 3 levels of emergencies. Actually, I think it's got 4. You can also have a subscription where it'll track you in the bush. So, in case you bumped your head or something happened where you couldn't hit the emergency, they can track you backwards, I believe. I carry my bear spray. If you're like me, living in Canada, or some of the remote areas, there's definitely a threat of bears and cougars, and I'm always looking over my shoulder. But I do have the bear spray right there in the bike. And what else do I bring? Bear spray, a little bit of snacks and foods. Oh, I bring a water filter in case I ever run out of water. I've got one of those straws. There's a few different ones, like Life Straw, and I forget what the one I have is. I'll post a picture to it anyways. But yeah, other than letting people know where you're going, I usually let a couple people know roughly how long I'll be gone, and I send check-in messages from my satellite device. So also ride within your limits. My limits are fairly high because I've been riding a long time, but that still doesn't mean I go too crazy when I'm riding alone. So definitely, ride with confidence. Don't get in over your head when you're by yourself. I take a lot of pictures and videos, so a lot of my friends don't want to tag along for that. It gets a little boring, like when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Oh, here comes a quad.
Run for recover, hear my tribe roar live with the thunder. Let it rain down so we pour out another. All I wanna feel is like we're the basics, a killer combo, kicking out your laces. On your marks, get set, switch up the pace. It's about to get turned up as we elevate this. The foundation, lay down the basics right now. More hype, need the crowd to raise this.
Whenever you're coming up to these corners and rises, I always hug the right-hand side as tight as I can. Sometimes I'm even off the road like that. Unless you can see down there like I can see way down there. About your only danger is ruts and animals jumping out. And these rises, you can never see what's coming on the other side. So I always hug like this to as tight as you can, or as tight as you feel safe. I'd rather whack a tree than another car or a quad or... Ooh, that was 100 kilometers. This is a great little bike, I just love it. I'm always over the bars too when I'm booking down the road. I don't know why that is. I just feel the most control that way. It's kind of a cool little water jumping puddle here. I thought I'd get a couple quick clips with the new little camera. So for some of the new guys, I usually use the bigger Sony a6300, but I got the RX100. It's the Mark V. It's a pretty wicked little camera. f1.8 lens even. Carl Zeiss too. So get some decent quality out of a, you know, something the size of your hand, or phone, I should say. I'll set this up and grab a couple shots. Oh, what an awesome day, you guys, on the Dual Sport. I'm pretty lucky and pretty blessed to have some great companies that help me out. Definitely makes my riding a little more worry-free. Wow, that's definitely a full lake. It's actually normally just a tiny pond, and it's a nice grassy field. Nice for camping and hanging out in. Found a little snow up in this area too. Fun day. Oh boy. Ooh, that was a big one. Cool little sand jump thingy. Trying to ride this thing like my little two-stroke doesn't always work so good. Yeah, I'll definitely try and do a true off-roading, you know, like dual sport off-road, you know, more like you'd ride on a Enduro two-stroke or something. I'll try and do one for these big dual sport bikes, because I actually do a lot of that kind of stuff. Could probably give you guys a few helpful pointers. Well, that's going to about do it for me, you guys. I appreciate everyone watching. Definitely down below the video in the description, I got all my links to my Patreon account and all my stuff, you know, where you guys can chip in and stuff like that. So definitely check that. You got to hit the little drop down arrow. I think it's right below the video. And definitely hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I got all kinds of stuff in the works here. It's just a matter of time getting it all out. So yeah, hit the like button, drop a few comments, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.